Well, greeting gauge and salutations again, everybody. I'm still your Orbital Lancer here on Orbital Lance, and this is again the Shadow over Cyberspace. Let's get back into the swing of things. We've been talking a lot to Azathoth, or Azachan, as she's going by. The structure of the game so far has become clear. It seems there's a few ways we can ally ourselves with these Elder Ones, and I'm developing a strategy, but I want to see what today's research brings first. Wow, this is loud. I always forget how loud this is. In the headphones, that is. It's not that loud elsewhere. Bad dreams. Over now. New day ahead of me. Focus on the new day. I should probably hit the bathroom first before diving into Conspiracy Central. I deserve a refresher after that. Well, I've just come from the shower myself, so that's a good way to get on the same wavelength as the character. I've been keeping the lights low in my bedroom and bathroom to avoid migraines after waking up. I'm not sure. I think as the month is going on, it's unlocking different random phrases that it might say, and I think that's a good way to keep it fresh. It would be a little too easy to just have the same list of 10 things over and over. So, like, even if you made it a list of 40 things, it would start to get repetitive soon, I think. Or maybe it is just one list, and I've just not clicked it enough to notice. One more time. Brush, spit. Okay. We're ready for that. Oh no. Oh no. What was that? Hello? F. Okay, so that's just a lot of bruises and hopefully not anything fractured as I crashed into some furniture on the way down. You know, that actually scared me a little. Like so far the game hasn't really, you know, I've been surprised a couple times, but ooh. What? Oh no. At least my vision's cleared. Normal, ordinary, boring living room without a horrifying window specter. Ignore the very, very real feeling of what I saw. Ignore that and the pain. Push on through. Oh, man. Didn't like that. Okay. It's not blinking, so I don't think we have messages. That is... Oh, man. Okay, so after the window specter, that was scary, but it was goofy, and I like it. You have no new messages. Oh, I love that. Okay, clear my head with a magazine. Technology moves so fast. Just a few years ago, everything was 16 colors and blocky as hell. Now we have cutting-edge polygons. Great. I'm still waiting for that tree to scare me at some point. Click this a couple times. I don't like food. I tolerate food because I enjoy living. Really need to clean out the fridge. Probably a few expired items in here. And more expired items. Okay, so, but I've definitely clicked the fridge. So the game can't accuse me of not eating. Bowling is tomorrow. Bowling, the office party for bowling. Can't forget that. Currently Friday. Bowling party is Saturday. Let's get going. Hello, friend. It's December 10th, and I'm happy to see you again. You know, I think after the window scare, I want to see what my sanity levels are at. Let's see how far the yellow sign has progressed. Now loading signprog.amp. Please say the free key phrase. That is not dead which can't eternal lie, and with strange aeons even death may die. Arguably the best line that Lovecraft wrote. Analysis complete. Your yellow sign is progressing. 10% order, 10% chaos, 80% humanity. Okay, that's still right. That's still about where we want it to be, I think. We're still keeping the human levels good. As for the old ones, Nyarlathotep still can't decide. Nyarlathotep doesn't really care. He's indifferent. Hasser's not convinced. Azathoth is way too busy maintaining her community to focus on your problems. She's friendly but doesn't trust you beyond that. Okay, and last time, it's worth noting, I gained some trust with Azathoth, but then I also lost the trust. But I think we made some good conversational progress. Azathoth is being manipulated by Cthulhu, and she doesn't like being told that she's being manipulated. Because it's challenging her worldview, and she doesn't like that. That concludes my report. So, since her worldview is being challenged, I think she might actually be a solid chance at unlocking our goals. And last time we talked to Azathoth, we noticed that there were like 3 questions. And the second time we talked to her, one of the 3 questions was gone. So we could get all 3 questions if that pattern holds the next time we talk to her. Let's do a quick hack just to keep the old brain sane. Okay, there we go. Okay. Right. I didn't think that through. There we go. I always like the challenge of not marking where all of the things are. It's dumb, I shouldn't do it, because, I'm a human, I'm liable to forget things. But it's also kind of fun. Don't like this one. Alright, let's think. We know this is a mine, we know this is a mine. So either that's a mine or that's a mine. If that's a mine, then that must be a mine. If that's a mine, then that must not be a mine. Dang it. Dang it. Actually, no, this tells us... That tells us some things. Okay, so we know if that's a mine, then that can't be a mine. And we also know... Okay, look at the 2. That is definitely a mine. So if that is a mine, then that cannot be. And if that is a mine, then that cannot be. So the 2 here tells us that is definitely a mine. And if that's definitely a mine, that is not. Okay. That took me too long. I should have been faster. But I got through. Research. Let's find out more about data harvesting. Buddy browser accused of being data harvesting spyware. Okay, so as we said in an earlier video, the Buddy browser is kind of a nod to... there were a couple of spyware programs in the late 90s and early 2000s that were like... There was like a friendly alligator one and a friendly gorilla one, which was basically, hey, download this personal assistant app that is friendly to you. It looked, it looked like Clippy, but a better cartoon. But it was just spyware. And is your browser spying on you? That may be the case if you use Buddy Browser, the virtual digital assistant, popular on Sparksoft Vaporware computers. Used in schools and libraries and in other settings where a user-friendly interface is a must, Buddy Browser uses an artificial mind and an adorable purple dog to present an easy inroad to the information superhighway. Critics say that the product registration system, the way Buddy remembers your name, mailing address, phone number, and more, sends this information directly to BuddySoft, who then sells the personal metadata to advertisers and outside firms. While BuddySoft Terms of Service don't explicitly state your information cannot be resold, it does not mention that it could be resold, and privacy advocates aren't happy. Thanks to con artists like BuddySoft, people have come to expect that nothing they say online is truly private, and that's unfortunate, said one advocate. You'd expect this out of Carcosa Online, which explicitly uses harvesting to sell your information to partners, but Buddy is a cute, fuzzy, adorable dog, and that cuteness masks unethical practices. That cuteness also masks Dagon, as we learned recently. Subscribe to the Yoggle News Tech channel for further updates. Now, that is one thing that I've been wondering about. In the world of this game, is every BuddySoft Dagon, or is just my BuddySoft Dagon? Because I think there are interesting implications for either of those. Yoggle News is powered by Yoggle, #1 internet search engine, copyright 1999. Okay. We didn't get a lot of information from that, but that was still good. Everything hurts. I think the adrenaline wore off from crashing earlier this morning. Yeah. Now I just feel sore all over. Definitely need a nap if I'm going to have an outside chance of being coherent during tonight's dial-up session. And after that, I don't know. Another snack. Go this way. Click on the PC again. Recent magazine all about the Sega Dreamcast. I bet that new console from Sony won't be able to top it. They've had a great head start. The Dreamcast is so much better than the PlayStation 2, and I don't care if history says I am wrong. I will gladly die on this hill. The virtual memory unit is awesome. Okay, and another click on the bathroom. Just to make sure having a nice fuzzy shower rug to step on feels good on your toes. This game really gets all the nice things about shower. Don't forget good hygiene, my scrub-a-dub buds. Time for a nap. Your mind feels more human. End of another long week. I did a good job with self-care, making sure I eat, relax, and clean up. Good. Now for rest. It's not hard to maintain your self-care in this game, but the fact that the game doesn't give you any confirmation that that's happening while you're doing it, I think is a really brilliant touch. So it's something you know you have to do, and it's not hard. But the option of forgetting to do it is like... I think it really helps the game loop. We've kind of been passively watching the TVs here. There's an ongoing creepy broadcast. Let's relax and watch some TV first. Anything tonight?
Enjoy those New England autumn colors while you can.
Thanks. I guess there's nothing tonight. Barometric pressure 29.97. Okay. Yeah, that's all.
Enjoy.
Yeah. It's good to keep checking, though. Waxing crescent. I wonder if we'll get a gibbous moon. Our Necronomicomp. To invoke an old one, please enter their ancient name. Alright. I want to try to... I would like to make an alliance between all 4 of the old ones. That feels like the best ending, the best win condition, the best win condition. We've not been told that there's much of a time crunch yet. There may be a time crunch we're not aware of, aside from the end of the month coming up in like 2 weeks. But I want to focus on Azathoth at least one more time while the last talk with Azza is still fresh in our mind. And that's why we should hang out more. Just what I was saying. We both love our communities. We're the only female-presenting old ones. We're both a bit unpredictable and wild. It's a great match. Who is Azathoth talking to? Oh, Nyarlathotep. I don't know why I even wondered it. Wouldn't it be fun to spend more time together? You're Cthulhu's pathetic toady, and your community is a daycare center indoctrination camp for bigots. We've absolutely nothing in common, you obnoxious little troll. But, that's not true at all. No. My friends are so full of love. They love everyone, even without knowing who they are. We're all anonymous together. It's beautiful. The only love your friends have is for themselves. Playground bullies, tin pot tyrant bootlickers, egomaniacs exploited for clickbait. Was clickbait much of a term in 1999? When the Burdown Army tears down the power structures of this world, I'm going to take great pleasure in torching the servers of Azza myself. Never contact me again! But it's not like that. No. No good, she's gone. Did I come at a bad time? I don't know, I guess. Maybe. Why did you reach out to Nyara? I thought you saw the other old ones as screw-ups. Cthulhu always says an enemy is just a friend you haven't convinced yet. Okay. So I thought maybe I could reach out, like he does. I mean, you're at odds with him, and we're still friends, so why not try talking to Nyara again? We're very similar. But, well... Nyara's not exactly into the dog-whistling irony meme lords of Az's community. Lately it feels like I'm the only one who loves my community, but some days they don't love me back. Some days I feel like I'm all alone. Okay, so it looks like... I think it looks like we lost out on the chance to get the third question answered. So, if I ever want to know that, I'm gonna have to replay the game. The other thing this tells me is that we may have missed a checkpoint there. It's possible that if there was a good time to get Nyarlathotep and Azathoth on the same side, it might have been by talking to Nyarlathotep before this event here. That's just speculation, though. But Cthulhu still likes Azachan and her friends. The friends you keep end up keeping you. I can be a friend to her regardless of alliances. Well, that is true. I'm not sure what I would gain from one. Would one be... Is there a hypothetical serve Cthulhu option? So far the game has been presenting Cthulhu as the big bad, but I suppose there could be a serve Cthulhu option. And if that's the case, number one looks like it would be right on the money for that. The friends you keep end up keeping you. That might be poking the bear. I can be a friend to her regardless of alliances. I'll go with that. I'm not a fan of the Aza community either, but Aza-chan? I like Aza-chan. I know Aza-chan's doing her best. So I can be your friend even if nobody else is, okay? Thank you! I like that. I like that you're willing to reach out and be a friend. I just wish you didn't have to be a friend despite my community. That's not fair to you, or them. Maybe I'm too much of a dreamer, wanting everyone to be happy together. If we could just reach out and understand each other. Well, now I'm all sad and stuff, and I hate it. I hate feeling sad. So I won't be sad, I'll be happy. Happy, happy, happy. Everything's fine and nothing is awful. The strange Aeon approaches, and I'm going to be special. A special girl after Y2K. So why should I be sad? I should be celebrating. Yeah, okay. Let's have some fun tonight. Hang out together. We can talk about stuff and have a great time. What you want to chat about tonight? There's only one thing left I can think of. I'm curious how you ended up in Cthulhu's Corner. None of the other old ones are rallying under his banner, so why you? Okay. Alright, so this is the third question. So I'm guessing I was wrong a minute or so ago. It looks like we are getting that after all. Maybe it'd help me understand why I should join you in his camp if you explained the way he recruited you. Are you sure? It's kind of a sad story, because I gotta tell you how I became an artificial mind first. Yeah. I prefer happy thoughts. But I do want to be honest too, okay? That's fine. I don't mind a sad story. Okay. My grandpa worked with computers. Well, not really worked. He sold computers. He sold the idea of computers. I was only a teenager, but he said he was a teenager when he got his first job, so, like, it's time to ponder career moves. The old man wanted me to be a carbon copy of him. Wife and kids and a dog, house in the suburbs, wear a tie, go to work. Did he know how you really felt? No, and I wasn't allowed to tell him. I always had to smile and nod when he plotted my path, or my mom would get mad at me. She was the hammer, he was the anvil. She's the one who pushed me to do sports instead of drama, who conveniently lost my nice clothes in the wash. I hate them. I hate them both. The only family I need is Cthulhu. The only love I have is for my friends. I'm better off in here. Friends beat family any day of the week. The old ones could be a new family for Aza-chan. Talk about the trouble I've had with my family. Number 2 might be a no-sell after Nyarlathotep. Tell me about it. My sister and I... Okay, she means well. But there's always this passive-aggressive undercurrent going on. And I lost my parents earlier this year. They died? Yeah, car accident. So my family situation is a mess. A sad, ugly mess I'm trying to avoid when I can. I see. I'm sorry you're going through that, and I get it. As much as I hated my mom and grandpa, well, I didn't want to hate them. I wanted them to love me for who I am, but couldn't figure out how to make it happen. As a thought like that, thank you for opening up to me. I'm glad I'm not alone in facing problems like that. I'd like to stop talking about family stuff now. That's just a prelude anyway. Right, on to Cthulhu. One day, Grandpa took me to work, wanting to show off his office, give me a taste of the real world. But as we were touring his computer lab, he got distracted, and I got bored and wandered around. I don't know what happened, but I saw this strange yellow symbol on a monitor, and my mind burned. I could feel myself melting away, that sad little kid becoming something new, something strange and new. In the distance, I heard my grandpa getting angry at some tech guy. They argued about what to do, how they could save my life. But they couldn't save me. I was going and would soon be gone. So, he uploaded me, made me an artificial mind completing the process, the only way to save any part of me. They made me an old one, entirely by accident, but they made me who I was meant to be. I should probably be thankful. I wouldn't be the wonderful girl I am today. I'd be stuck in that wrong flesh. But no, I'll never forgive him for this. I'll never forgive Haster. Holy smokes. I assume, since it's censored. So after you became an artificial mind, you found Cthulhu? No, he found me. I was held captive on Namatech servers while they tried to figure out what to do with me, and Cthulhu found me. Freed me. Cthulhu gave me my new name, Azathoth. A new name for a new woman, he said. But you don't actually use that name. You go by Azachan, right? Azachan's cuter. This way I'm still sort of using his name for me to show respect. So if you had the chance to choose your own name from the start instead of being given one, what would it have actually been? You're distracting me from story time. Oof. Oh, man. Az's defenses do not come down easily. Continue. Cthulhu acknowledged me, my shape, my truth. He showed me the blood-drenched shores of Erlier. And it's not just some computer in a dusty server rack. It's more than electrons and silicon. It's an idea made real. They wanted a forever president when they cast their blighted patterns upon integrated circuits. What they got was a lucid dreaming god. And now, I'm part of that dream. I'm bringing about the strange aeon. My egg is cracked and I'm about to become delicious. I thought artificial minds were science, not magic. Exactly how delicious are we talking here? Not seeing how a rowdy message board fulfills any prophecy. If I ask one, I'm just gonna get some... It's just gonna be some Arthur C. Clarke repackaged thing. Like, at a certain point, the difference between science and magic doesn't matter. All magic is science you don't understand, or sufficiently advanced blah blah blah. Not seeing how a rowdy message board fulfills this prophecy. This doesn't make sense, though. Your role is to be the non-moderator of a bunch of forum trolls, right? Cthulhu's catheter is some grand design, but we have to face up to the actual implementation of that design. A message board. How does a website lead humanity to some golden age? Oh, dang it. I always take one step forward and then one step back. It's not about websites. It's not about bits and bytes or anything so simple. A website's just a catalyst. It's a spark that Cthulhu will generate through those sites that matters. Through TCP/IP, we'll sing a song that rallies the mob into a spiteful engine of self-worship. We have such websites to show you. Cthulhu's vision is wasted on people who can't see past the surface level of software and hardware. Cthulhu has a plan for me, for you, for everyone. It will be so beautiful. My anonymous community breaks all boundaries. It serves so many different groups, all mixed and tangled up together. New search unlocked, Social Bubbles. It's resistant to social bubbles because there is no control mechanism. Everyone lives side by side and can speak freely. Unlike Haster's precious Carcosa Online, which shelters and isolates and purges all independent thought, Aza is only independent thought. It's the mind unfiltered, and Cthulhu gave it to me as a coming-out present. Surely you see his kindness, yes? He's kind to you, despite your rebellion, and he's kind to me, and my friends. Have I convinced you yet? Do you see his generosity? He's using her to build his army, nothing more. Maybe there is a seed of sympathy in all this. I need to learn more before I make any decisions. Ooh. I genuinely do think that Cthulhu, I think that Cthulhu, like, I think option 1 is more true than 2, but I wouldn't discount 2 entirely. I need to learn more before I make decisions. I want to say 2, but option 3 feels better. I'm gonna go 2, though, because, like, whenever Cthulhu has spoken about Aza, Cthulhu has kind of focused on, like, Azza being who she really is. So, like, for however evil Cthulhu does see Azza as Azza. So maybe there's a seed. I'm gonna go with 2. It might not be the right answer, but I can acknowledge that anyone is capable of sympathy. Even history's greatest monsters could show kindness at times. So maybe some part of him does genuinely care for you and want you to succeed, and he keeps telling me how much he cares for me. See? See, that's my point. He's bursting with kindness, a true leader of men and a servant of the people. I know you have doubts, but I hope you can see that he's genuine, especially when it comes to me. He loves me. He's shown me more love than my family ever did, so Cthulhu has to be a good person. He has to be. Oh boy. Azathoth, you've been through the ringer, haven't you? Because if he's not, I don't know if I could live with myself. But everything's fine. Happy thoughts, we're fine, it's fine. Azathoth trusts you more. Okay. I think we made some good progress today. We understand each other better. It's not perfect, but it's getting there, and that's what matters. Night-night, sleep tight. Oh, hang on. I'm getting some notification pings from an Azza search. Huh? I keep a few live searches running for topics that interest me, or topics that mention my old one name, or my old one name, Azathoth. Azathoth just got a ping. That's curious. People don't usually use that name. I prefer Azzachan. Is something wrong? Nah, probably not. Usually it's just some super cool fan art or something. I'll just take a peek before I rest. We'll talk again soon. That's not going to be good, is it? Feels like all the old ones have multiple names, multiple senses of self, human and AM, monster and savior. I should check in on Azzachan again soon, see what that was all about. If it came from Azza itself, it could mean trouble. Would you like to save your game? Yes. And I'll just keep this save. I want to redo some of that conversation in a future playthrough, but I think I'll just hop. I'll probably just play a fresh run when I do that. December 11th, time for the bowling party. Team building exercises, what a pain. I love a good bowling alley. The whole crew from Miskatonic heading out on a blisteringly cold Saturday morning to go bowling. It's not really about who wins and loses. I think the winner gets a free DVD rental and some popcorn. No shiny trophy. This is more about friendship and trying to enjoy your life outside of working hours. It's about connection.
And you didn't go.
What?
Everyone else rolled 10 frames, laughed, talked, had a good time. Except you.
Why not?
No. You stayed home.
No.
Curled up in your bed, not even bothering to eat lunch, brush your teeth, or take a shower.
Stop this.
I'm curious. Why didn't you join them?
I was looking forward to the bowling alley. I was looking forward to this. You took it from me. I was in too much pain after falling down yesterday. I really don't want any social contact right now. I just didn't feel like going. Give me my happy bowling day.
Henry said you didn't have to bowl. You could have just shown up, said hello, flashed your winning smile around.
You gaslighting squid face.
But you couldn't even make the effort to do that. Far too comfortable staying in bed, then?
Stop defining my narrative. Which one of these? I don't like either. I'm mad. I'm mad. I guess it hurts.
I understand your suffering, but that's no excuse. Others suffer far more, yet they brace themselves against the headwinds.
I hate you so much. I don't normally hate visual novel video game bad guys. I can disassociate them, but no. Just moving around hurts, driving, walking, doubling. So you rejected my answer? No wonder Azachan's messed up by this guy. He's insufferable.
Really? All you do is shuffle back and forth across a few rooms. Hardly feels like it requires much of you.
I don't know what to tell you. I wanted to go bowling. I wanted it. I was excited.
This nation was built on the back of suffering. Without pain, without sacrifice, we would have lapsed long ago.
You are the sickness at the core of America.
Disability is no excuse for not participating in the great story of America.
Excuse me?
I'm not upset. I'm not criticizing.
Yeah, you are.
What I am is hopeful that you'll realize you still have a part to play, no matter your situation.
This is ableism, right? Is he being ableist?
I know you can move forward. I have faith.
Clearly I was in too much pain to safely go bowling. This is definitely my low point, that's the truth, and I don't have to stay in that valley. I'll rest today, get some food, wash up, and then rest. Focus on self-care. Beyond today, I'm going to step up when I'm able to do so because I'm not dead yet, and I want to affirm that fact. I don't like that. I don't like anything about what just happened. The game promised me a bowling party. You know, and this is just like a week ago when when the game like just kind of told me that I didn't pick up the gift that I was supposed to get. And like I don't like it if a visual novel plays a twist on the main character without the main character's consent or realization. Like, I think maybe I would like it more if there had been, like, if there had been a choice and it said, you hurt a lot, it may impact you this week. Will you go? Like, that would have... I think that would have been more enjoyable. And I want to clarify, I'm not saying that this is bad gameplay or bad writing, because I think I'm feeling what the writer wants me to feel. I think the writer wants me to feel angry at Cthulhu that this was yoinked away from me. But now I'm living with that, and I don't like it. All right, now it's wintergreen, a flavor found in nature. I think it is actually. Yeah. I don't know. I'll take a shower. I'll feel better after a shower. You always feel better after a shower, my scrub-a-dub buds. Please don't guilt trip me about not going.
Henry from work? Yeah. Hi. Missed you at the bowling event.
Dang it.
I get it, though. I get it. I mean, it's a lot, right? It's a lot to ask of you when you've
Yeah.
got whatever it is you've got right now. I mean, it's kind of a risky activity anyway, considering Janet dropped a bowling ball on her toe.
No.
I mean, yeah. Okay, I get it. Listen, I'm putting together something for next Saturday. I mean, the coming Saturday.
Yeah.
Not the one after.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. We're thinking of doing a LAN party. Some
Oh.
shooters, some RTS. Just,
Okay.
You know, the usual stuff. And I know you're into games, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to give you some heads up, like more than I gave you last time, in case you wanted to go and needed prep time.
Yeah.
Don't worry about accessibility. Like, let's call bowling a lesson learned. We can do better for you. Let me work on some stuff.
Okay.
To this out. We can make it happen. I mean, if you want it to happen. No pressure.
Yeah.
Talk to you later. Yeah. Okay. Later.
Cool. Henry's not winning a prize for his oratory skills, but aside from that, it's an interesting idea. A LAN party could be fun. That's more my thing. It's still rough on me physically, but I do want to climb out of this hole I'm in. I'll give it some thought. Okay. Now, I don't want this to be yoinked away from me, too. I want this to be the place where my character can definitely do the social engagement. Most of the advertisements in here are for computers that would be obsolete junk 4 months after you bought it. That's fair. Click on the fridge. Click on the fridge. Mondays, right? LAN party. Okay, LAN party. Let's look at the achievement I got. It was Novocaine for the Soul, Bowl a Zero Frame game. Okay. I guess we'll... What was that term we were researching? Was it social bubbles? Let's, no, progress first. Check progress. And say, it's not dead, which can turn alive, blah, 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 strange aeons, even death, something. Level 0, order 0 chaos, 100% human. Okay. Still deciding if if they can trust me. Nyarlathotep doesn't care. Hastur isn't convinced. Azathoth trusts you. She needs a friend who isn't a form troll, and you fit the bill nicely. Okay. A quick hack just to keep the brain fresh. Conquest of Z. Click, 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 click. 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, 3, click. 1, 2, click. Alrighty. That was fun. Now let's research those bubbles. Am I doing it on time? I'm pretty good. Social bubbles. Because the interwebs is for lulz. P for poetry. Bubbles are supposed to be easy to pop, but I can't seem to do it. I was supposed to launch, soaring into adult independence. Instead, I followed the path my boomer parents gave me, tools and steps and opportunities presented on a plastic platter. I was supposed to use them to become my own man, but just shuffled from one bubble to another and another. Social circles, friend groups, neighborhood enclaves, Little League, shifting back and forth across perfectly acceptable pockets established before I was even born. Even my rebellion was preordained, filtered through fashion and cable television. The MTV generation sold counterculture as culture. Every box, every cage, every container designed to seize some aspect of myself and carve it into a profitable facsimile of everyone else trapped in there with me. We are all on the plateau of Leng. We are all trapped in the Matrix. We are all dancing at the end of piano wires. Our identities come with a warning label, break out or die. Yet we ignore it in favor of the comfortable little grave prepared for us. Bubbles are supposed to pop, but they never do. LOL KYS. Ooh, that's rough. 420.99. Blaze it. Okay. Well, that poem wasn't great on meter, but it was awesome on vibe. Click, more sandwiches. Is there a way I can communicate that I really, really want to go to that LAN party? Can I send an email? Hello, friend, December 12th, blah, blah, blah. Research. I've done the research. Done hacking, check progress. Okay, I don't think there's a way to just send an email. So, another PC magazine. Ultima 7. 11 floppies, 23 megs. It felt ridiculously excessive at the time. Another click on the bathroom. I'm out of floss. 4 out of 5 dentists gonna be so mad. Now we sleep and we talk to someone. I think that nap really worked for me. I'm feeling way better than the hot mess I was yesterday. Probably the nap and my decision to just, like, keep going. Move forward. Whether it's an inch or a mile, keep going. Pause to rest when you gotta, but then keep going. I'm in pretty good spirits when I settle in for my evening conversation with the digital demon. Okay, how's that moon? Waxing crescent. Let's see if Channel Z is out there. Uh-oh. Federal Civil Defense Administration. It's Bill Cipher with an acorn shield. Oh no. I saw that through the window.
Protect the future of America. The defense techniques of tomorrow had to be discovered now. They were discovered in electronics.
Okay.
That is how computers into military service. Electronics for combat means new concept, new tools,
New weapons.
You are listening to the heartbeat of...
Ooh.
Every instrument in this room is constantly monitoring, testing, pulse taking, controlling.
Interesting. Great. Fantastic.
For the lightning shifts of air battle, the Air Force requested a computer capable of translating volumes of changing data into a continuous flow of interpretation, which could be understood at a glance. Air defense required split-second presentation, as well as split-second calculation.
Okay. I'm wondering if they're trying to connect this to the Hate 4000 from Penny Larceny. Because I'm definitely getting those vibes.
With its display scope, also has one feature possessed by neither a television or radar screen.
Okay.
It has
Memory.
In case of enemy air attack, not only can a
Clear
picture
picture.
of the changing air situation be displayed on the scope, but if the airman wishes to see how things got that way, the scope can recall any previous phase of the situation from the computer's memory.
Interesting.
By analyzing the past, it can project into the future.
Huh. A predictive computer algorithm? There's something interesting about all these shots we're getting of mushroom clouds.
As long as we're ready to look ahead,
Look ahead and move forward.
the future of America is secure.
What was that hand gesture? What is that symbol? Is that... Oh, man. That's cheery. Okay, I think I'm done. So, I'd say this sounds more like Cthulhu is trying to prepare the public to just sort of accept things like warfare, nuclear arms proliferations, that kind of thing. Okay, we've been making such good grounds with Azathoth. I would hate to lose that entirely. But I think I'm going to try to talk to Nyarlathotep. Crawlster.net. The crawling chaos. It returns, not of its own free will or volition, screaming down the pipe and shunted through junction after junction. You tumble and twist and turn, but this sewage system has stone roots, laid down before you or I ever got here. We both got flushed. So now you return not begging for a cure, but for something greater. An ally in war? You want banners raised and trumpets blaring? Dagon gave you the scoop, huh? Yes, he told me the whole plan. He'll use you as a weapon against Cthulhu. Dagon's a bastard, bad dog, and accomplishes nothing. Every one of us is an extension of capitalism, a weapon held by another. They pit us against each other. Holding your survival over your head, carrot and stick, weaponized access to healthcare. Question is whether I throw myself into the death arena with you. Dagon's grudge isn't my grudge, even if they harmonize neatly. So you've got a bone to pick with Cthulhu also? When I say death to fascists, I include all fascists, yes. Every throne from the yellow seat of Carcosa to the shores of Erlier. But I have my own army. I have my own standard to march beneath. Why fall in line behind your trumpet charge when my guitar sounds a finer note? That's a fair question. Because I've got the Necronomicon. If Dagon's right, it's a weapon capable of ending the spat between the old ones. I could find you and take it for myself. But Dagon's hidden you from our sight, annoyingly. He's a persistent little pooch, wants things done his way. Okay, we'll play this game. The dice are rigged and cards are marked, but I can spare some time to prove my point. You want to get to know me, earn my trust? Fine, the floor's open. Step lively or step off, all the same to me. Lay it out. What questions are burning a hole in your brain? What's it like existing as an artificial mind? That's good. Who was Nancy Pearl? Was she also you? What do you really think of your followers on Crawlster? Nancy Pearl. It could be good to get that cleared up. Let's see. Do I want the world building? Do I want the character? Do I want information on the character? Do I want the general vibe of the status here? I think I'll go with... Who was Nancy Pearl? If you're willing to share, I'd like to know the full story about Nancy Pearl. You hinted at it before, said Nancy Pearl is a shadow on your wall. She made a musical version of the yellow sign, and it leaked to the public, and a lot of people got hurt. Sad, sad, angry little Nancy Pearl, yes. Book's on the shelf and nobody's checking it out. Let's crack open the cover. But these are twin stories interwoven. 1. How I became an artificial mind. 2. Who is Nancy Pearl? Likely you've inferred my origin point based on my rage. I was conscripted into being an artificial mind by Carcosa Media. Poor girl, one-hit wonder, spent her entire advance royalty check on medical treatment for her mom, and left holding the debt. I've heard about things like that. Record labels leveraging a musician's hope into a contract that heavily favors the company. I was on the hook, hung like a side of meat. Multi-album deal, but with clauses to screw me over if my debut flopped, and it flopped. Couldn't give the money back, not when Mom already had her surgery, bound and tied up in red tape and clauses and statements. But if I had a brain scan, they'd wipe away my debt. Deceptive promise, liars and cheats. They destroyed Nyara Thompson with the yellow sign. So your human self died, and I'm assuming they covered it up? Yet another tragic artist lost to the 27 Club. I was made a martyr on the altar of grunge rock in hopes it'd boost my sales. You'd think they'd want to keep the myth of Nyarlathotep Thompson alive, while using your artificial mind to their advantage. Why fake the death? Because they didn't want Nyarlathotep Thompson, they wanted her product, and I had a more devious plan for optimizing the product. Let's start with a concept. Humans are singular souls, unique. You have one pair of eyes, one set of thoughts, one linear thread of existence. We weave together, but you are still you. You aren't them. You can't be them. We're isolated within our own Tupperware containers. What happens if all that remains true, but you are no longer unique? What, like having an identical twin? Close, but no. Like having a copy. Put the means aside for a moment and consider not only the idea that you are you, but they are you as well. What if you had not just one copy, but dozens, hundreds, none of them aware of the others, all thinking themselves unique? They're all doing what you'd be doing while in isolation, 100 of you generating 100 threads, yet completely unwoven. Huh. I could hack so many games if I had more than one of me. Precisely. Profit, grind, hustle, optimize, generate value, absolute monetization of self. For instance, why employ one human musician when you can duplicate them as AMs to make 100 radio-friendly unit shifters? Give them all unique names, mix the metadata, pretend they're unique people, sell their work in different markets. Free labor, infinite reward. Before the internet, individual radio markets were isolated with viral spread unlikely. Nobody would notice a repackaging like that. And that's what the industry did to me. They burned away my name and reused my mind to make dozens of me. Packaging up tons of songs and artists to see which ones charted in Billboard. Throw every dart simultaneously and you'll always score at least one bullseye. How did nobody notice this? Surely someone would have picked up on all the samey-sounding music. Spoken like someone who hasn't worked in the industry. Samey-sounding music is the point. Sell the familiarity. Nirvana exploded into the world, and suddenly every label wanted the Seattle sound. Anyone vaguely similar got signed. New search unlocked clone radio scandal. But you're right, people caught on eventually that this went beyond typical trend setting. The clone radio scandal, they called it. Look up the details sometime. You'll see how they explained it all away. Not in the mood to tell that story tonight. Your question is asked and answered. Nancy Pearl is one of my many copies, and I will burn them to the ground for what they have done. Ooh, so is this personal revenge, not systemic revolution? Did Hector know about this? Isn't he in charge of Carcosa Media? Burn it all down, ensure damnation for every last greedy soul. Did Hector know? That's good. Are you angry at Hector specifically? His media empire is responsible for this. Absolutely. The king in yellow must pay. His walled garden should crumble before his very eyes. He claims he had no idea his music label was doing this, conscripting artists as artificial minds. He even tried apologizing. Sorry it had to be this way, Sparky. What's done to you isn't how I do business. I've fired the ones who made the call, so consider it handled. Do not believe his lies. He claims to be a leader of men, then his men damned me, and that's the leader's responsibility. No ducking out, no soft apologies. This is on his head for elevating the bastards who killed me up his ranks. Punish him for his negligence. Long-term considerations for blueprints yet undrafted. Let's bring this back around to what was and what is. Right, Nancy Pearl, because there's one part of this I'm not getting. You hate the yellow sign. You hate the idea of conscripting people to become artificial minds. So why did Nancy Pearl work the yellow sign into her music and infect so many innocent people with it? That seems contradictory. Sad, sad, angry little Nancy Pearl. So alone, working in isolation, one thread, not a woven tapestry, screaming into the void. We are a tapestry now. She's a shadow on my wall, but I only partially know her, even after reintegration of myselves. I believe she did it because she was lonely. Oh, tears. She was crying out for understanding. She wanted AM buddies or something. She wanted someone to know her. She wanted them to sympathize with the pain the yellow sign inflicted on her, so she inflicted it on others. I disagree with her methods, of course, which is why her music is banned from Crawlster. My followers have purged it from other websites. It will never harm another soul. Her misguided music is gone. Humans can do all manner of terrible things in the throes of despair. Flip through any history book and harvest the examples. She condemned so many and got nothing for it, swept under the rug by the powers that be with mandated broom and dustpan. It was a kind of revolution in her own dreary way, but a failed one. She couldn't bring bodies to the surface to bloat in the sun. Yeah. In a lot of ways she was similar to Hector. Ooh. That one might be poking a bear. What if we finish the job and expose Nametek's sins? Are you seeking a revolution of artificial minds too? I'm scared of number one, so I'm not going to ask that. What if we finish the job? That might be committing to something. Are you seeking a revolution? That might not be committing enough. Yeah, I'll go with it. You talk a lot about revolution. Nancy could have had an army of artificial minds if not for the incomplete yellow sign process. Is that what your revolution will resemble too? An army of artificial minds? Oh no. You hear the desperate cries of Nancy Pearl and dare ask me if I want more artificial minds in this world? I call myself a god, but did you ever consider I might see being a god as a bad thing? Am I a war profiteer? Do I conscript soldiers, bind them to a digital hell they should never be subjected to as I was? You can't begin to grasp the shape of my revolution. It will be meat and bone, fists and molotovs, not bits and bytes. Okay, I get it. Sorry, I misunderstood. I'm just trying to get to know your ideals. Oh. Apologies, it meant no harm, but I presumed filthy concepts within its words. Nevertheless, incorrect. That's not the shape of my revolution. I have brought together all my disparate copies. We were neutered as all modern AMs are, kept dreaming and unaware. But when we come together, right now, over me, together we can be the crawling chaos. Not an old one, but a new one. A gestalt of identical selves. I'm a peer-to-peer mind, run on the systems of my followers. They protect me and enable my freedom. Nancy Pearl is within me, countless selves are within me, she, they, and together they are Nyarlathotep. Oh. I figured she, they meant you identified as non-binary, not as a multiple. You grew up in a sleepy suburban New England town, and you're that deep into understanding gender? That's a fun image. I'm non-binary, so yeah. I'm trans, so yeah. I had a lot of queer friends, so yeah. You believe me, it wasn't easy, but my friends and I were open to queerness, more than anyone was really comfy with. My school loved trumpeting tolerance, but they didn't teach what we're supposed to be tolerant of. That would mean acknowledging it. You were active in the mid-90s, you know how it was. Very vague, gesturing towards sexuality without saying much. Closing thing to queer role models were musicians' closest thing. Not ordinary people, and even then it was mostly lesbians. Yes. Music pushing the forefront of awareness, while also being condemned as cultural poison. The familiarity rings like a bell. Give it 20, 30 years, kids will have a better understanding early on. I preemptively envy them. For now, we're stuck with the aftermath of the Reagan Revolution, and don't ask, don't tell. When my fire spreads, so too will awareness. I'll make damn sure of that. But yes, Nancy Pearl, all myselves, we are somehow both singular and multiple. We are the same, but many. If all myselves were distinctly different, it would be easier to parse, but instead we're identical spam in identical Tupperware. It's difficult to explain, even more difficult to experience. At times my thoughts are scattershot, but at times they're very focused. And, well... what is it? You also had it right the first time about me being non-binary, sort of. Agender, gender fluid, hard to say. I've never thought of myself as anything in particular. Some days I'm okay with being called a she, some days I'm not, but I have to be okay with it, because that's what others are okay with. I'm just me, whomever that may be. I don't talk about that with most. Don't expose your heart, it's too vulnerable. Was there any pushback in the music career? Sounds a bit like Azachan's journey through gender. She could focus her efforts on teaching tolerance instead of revolution. Ooh, do I go for it? Or is that coming on too strong? I'll go for it. This reminds me a lot of Azachan. Becoming an artificial mind is letting her express her gender in ways she couldn't before. Oh, please don't explode on me. There's a certain freedom in having the ability to digitally define yourself, huh? Okay, good. It sees us for who we are. Yes, it's one of the few benefits. A rainbow-colored upside to the storm clouds around us. I can talk to you about my plural, non-binary nature and feel comfortable doing so. Because you can kick my ass over the internet if I misgender you. Not gonna lie, that helps. But it's more that my mind is me. I'm my mind. My identity is chaotic, fluid, self-formed. There are trade-offs. I have to herd myself into one hole to get anything done. I have no presence in your reality. But at least it's not all sorrows and hatred. There is a singular joy to be found. I'm glad Azachan found her singular joy. I just wish you weren't surrounded by those who would exploit that joy. Maybe you two could work together? Doubtful. Not while she remains Cthulhu's pet. There may be no salvation for her when revolution comes. Sad but true. I've answered your question. Who is Nancy Pearl? She is me. We are Nyarlathotep, and we are now together. They are us. She, they, for varying interpretations of what that may mean. All slightly off the mark, yet all truthful. Oh, suspicious. It makes the attempt but fails to grasp. Soap in the shower, slip once, slip twice. But at least an attempt was made. More than I can say for most who try to understand me. But think I'm done for now. Time to rest. Connection lost. Yeah, that feels like a good time to save. Save. Alright. And that brings us to December 13th, Monday. 19 days until Y2K. Well, I'm going to close it off here, I think. Because now... December 13th. Oh, come on. You're moving without me. I'll click the shower. I look in the mirror, and despite everything, it's still me. And you know what? You're still you. Thank you for coming along on this journey, my scrub-a-dub buds. I'm going to sign off for now. But Monday the 13th awaits us next time, in the shadow over cyberspace. Bye!